We're recording.
We're recording. It is the 25th of August.
I just wanted to make note of that because
Yeah.
we never know when exactly this is going to air, and
It's usually a week or two behind.
Yeah.
We've never been, I think the longest it's ever been is welcome to Vulnerable, everybody.
Yes.
Hi.
Yeah.
I think it's been like just with our new system, like just got to keep that tight. With you good?
That good?
Yeah. And so if you see an episode, it's usually 1 week to 3 weeks
Yeah.
behind.
So just making a note of that August 25th thing, just because heard today that there's been about 12 confirmed EHD deaths in
What's your
Logan and Champaign County.
What's your experience with EHD on the farms that you've in the years past?
right around my home and around, this area and stuff, it seems like everything is
I think I messed mine up too.
spring fed. Like all waters in a pretty good range around me flow all the time.
Right.
By springs. This hills, the gravel pit, everything here is spring fed, and I think the main creeks around here. Now, if you go Champaign County direction and stuff, some of those must not be, because they kind of, I think, dry up, and when they dry up and they start getting those pools, that is the same. I can't even remember how long ago it's been, but 10 to 12 years ago, there was a big die off that direction. Same creek.
Yeah.
Same creek.
Because we were talking about this a little bit. We've had some rain, but we haven't had a lot of rain this year.
I mean, I know my yard's been kicking it. I have not stopped. I usually stop mowing about July or whatever, and my yard
I'm just wondering if you've hit.
I've probably have gotten a couple that you haven't gotten.
Because ours is. I went 3 weeks. I just mowed yesterday. I went 3 weeks without mowing.
I'm still about 5 to 6 days,
and I was mowing nothing. I actually was having a hard time seeing my grass lines.
So it's, once again, it's like those July, August rains where some people were fortunate and some people weren't. So
yeah,
I mean, I'm seeing maps and looking like
right,
down on the Ohio River and them counties down through there look really bad. So.
Well, I think it was this year there was, and you could tell plain as day, the property that Chris is hunting now. It has a nice creek that funnels through. Well, it has a secondary. I kind of call it a secondary little dam that comes through.
Does that get runoff from the lake or not? Is that a lake?
That's fed into the lake.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. I don't think it dries up. No, that doesn't dry up.
No.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. No, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
And so it's got a little secondary. The culvert's kind of washed away, and just ironically, it's got like this little area about the size of this table.
It almost makes a little off pool.
Yeah, and you know what happened this year? We went back there and laid probably 130 inch, 10 point, couple-year-old deer, 3-year-old deer dead right there in the pool. Where it was like, you almost wondered, did he drink?
When was this?
This was at the beginning of summer, but the body had probably been there for a year.
Yeah, probably. Well, I heard
maybe 6 months. So it was almost like he had been there since last summer. It kind of looked like that type of decay.
So I asked my neighbor. My neighbor saw that too, and I asked him about it. And he said he saw that deer he thinks the deer got hit, and then died there.
I didn't know that. Okay,
yeah, I just talked to him about that because he was asking where that head went, and I was like, "Oh, I've got it."
It was just ironic that it was just. I thought I forgot. Yeah. I didn't know that, or maybe I forgot, Chris. But it just kind of reminded me of that,
type of area
where you look at it and you're like, oh, I hope they're not drinking that.
Yeah.
So, we saw there was the Defense product. Have you ever heard of anybody using it?
I have not. I mean, I flipping through some social media, I saw it, and I didn't know if there was something that would go on a mineral site that all deer are hitting that would kind of make them immune or something. Yep. But I mean, we just looked it up, and this Defense looks like it needs to be applied in the wall.
No, it had a product at the bottom called Muck. I think it was for like a mineral
site?
muck site. Yeah, that you put down. It looked like pellets that dissolved or something. So if anybody's listening and they've tried that, we'd love to hear some
Yeah,
feedback.
because there are a couple things out there that are trying to be a defense for it.
So what are you doing right now to prepare for the opener?
I mean, I'm still chugging away on, stands and everything. I mean, just some final things on some stuff, and the stuff that for the, there's going to be 3 people here for the opener, and hopefully have 3 or 4 deer my direction, 3 or 4 deer Tim's direction, and I have 3 deer right now that are big deer that
good deer
that are still there. They're not rubbed out as of today, but starting to look pretty tight, and could be any time, I would think. And so I haven't got full court press on yet, but I kind of roughly. What's really interesting is this one area that I have a camera. It's on a creek crossing, kind of and on the other side is a soybean bottom, where I kind of hope that beans will still be somewhat green, kind of black dirt bottom. But about 3 weeks ago, I probably broadcast about an acre of rye, turnips, and radishes, and just so that way there was something green down underneath in the canopy. And I did it like there was rains coming, and it's now about 3 weeks, and my camera was pretty quiet, and now that camera
blown up
has kind of had some buck traffic on it.
Yeah.
So
what's it look like?
I feel that the buck traffic is going out there to that. I kind of feel.
Is there? I mean, what's your vegetation look like? Did it sprout?
I don't know. I haven't looked.
Oh, you're just saying
looked.
based off of the camera.
Based off of my cameras. I mean, there has been a couple shooters back and forth. Crossing the creek and going. Like on a southwest wind, this is where they're going to be and and I already have a tree picked out where I would be, so we'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
Any deer? Have you seen any deer that have actually rubbed out yet?
No, I have not.
And that's usually, I mean, they're
usually a couple little guys or something by now, but I have seen possibly 1 deer rubbed out, but.
Yeah. Usually, I mean, that's going to happen for us. It's going to happen.
It seems like I've had them up until September the 10th or 12th or something like that. It seems like now, especially with this cool weather, it's supposed to be like 42 degrees this morning or tomorrow morning.
I know.
How awesome is that?
Yeah, we're supposed to have 0 rain for 10 days, and it's supposed to be in the 60s and 70s high for the next 10 days.
Yeah, that's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I did see the no rain though.
I mean, with the crops, I know the crops got in late, but like they'll be drying out. I mean, they're going to be
bean fields that I was in today. They're, nothing yellow yet, but they're getting dry.
They're brown.
They're brown. They're starting to get brown.
Well, I know farmers don't like to do it, but like sometimes they don't have to be. I've seen them take beans off green because the pod is still, it's done. It just, the leaf hasn't caught up. Not green, but like a golden with a green in it. So,
last year on the opener, beans were gone. There were beans gone, was there not?
That's why I was kind of bringing that up, because the crops got in so late this year that we thought it was going to carry out really long, but I think it's going to line up about the same because of how dry.
The corn, several of my farmers, the corn got in late, and the corn is X amount of days. So the corn should be on.
Oh, instead of planting like 120 day, they planted like 105 day corn.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Good. As far as the stand locations that you're setting right now, these are fields based off
and I will as it leads into 10 days, 8 days, you're just constantly looking at the weather, because it doesn't, matter if you have a giant and it's the wrong, and it's not the right wind. But sometimes I can see what winds are coming and I can maybe set accordingly. I can maybe be over here or over here. I can maybe move a little bit with the wind.
Right.
So
have you ever been in a situation where you don't have woods, where you don't have anything and you have to get into
some of them are in the middle of nowhere right now.
I mean, have you ever tried to kill a deer in the middle of nowhere? I mean, has it been successful?
I mean, I'll ground blind it if I have to, and brush the crap out of it in corn. Yeah.
I mean, have you guys done it?
Oh yeah.
And it works?
I'm sure I've killed out of a blind. On corn. I mean, there is a situation right now where I probably could.
Yeah. Does it make it, I mean, entering and exiting makes it tough because you don't know, maybe he's in the beans, maybe he's in the corn, maybe he's laying, I mean, you know, wherever he's at.
Yeah.
So.
It does. It makes it. But, I mean, for the most part, I can pull right up, if it's dependent upon where it is. But I typically will try to go down a long row of corn and just knock all the leaves off and try and have a backdoor entrance coming through some standing corn or something is what I try and do.
This is maybe a silly question, but when it comes to just in general, rub out or trees being rubbed, we've never talked about rubs on trees in this entire podcast. Does that mean anything to you when it comes to actually hunting deer?
I mean, no. As far as hunting a deer?
Yeah,
no,
just activity, anything.
Rub lines or nothing like that.
I never, I mean,
a big rub means there's hopefully a big deer.
Is that what it means? Because so I've heard of people putting rub post out in the middle. Have you guys ever done anything like that? Does it work?
Oh yeah.
I mean, where do you look to do something? And do you do it for this time of the year? Or are you doing it for?
I for the most part will do a post and then I'll do a oak limb. I'll secure a oak limb to the top of it, so I'll have a scrape branch.
Yep.
And a rub,
and a rub post.
Kind of both.
Does it work?
Yeah.
I mean, what kind of situations do you put that in, or where do you put that?
In your small kill plots, food plots.
I mean, just in the middle of the plot?
Yeah. Yep.
Really?
Right in the middle of the plot.
Never done it. I didn't know you could. So, I mean, you got a food plot, you put them in the middle and
right in the middle of the plot.
How do you attach the branch?
I usually just have a screw gun, but you have to attach it good because it gets worked over.
Yeah, they're smacking the shit out of it.
Yeah, it gets worked over.
Would you recommend doing that for people that don't have a lot of...
I mean, you want to, and then I also, if I do something like that, you want to put it in place. So, I mean, lots of times if you have a elevated blind or whatever, and if it's sometimes it'll be a stopping point. Follow me? Because they're not the easiest things to shoot out of. You got a window here and a window here and sometimes you need a good something that's gonna stop them.
Oh, so you're putting it out there for them to actually stop at it on purpose.
Yeah. Yep.
That's smart.
Yep. But you also want to be able to somewhat have a camera in place, to kind of monitor it. I hate sticking a camera out on
Right.
I'm not a big stick it
just
out
in the
stick
open.
Out in the open. I've watched too many deer look at things. I mean, I've watched them on a well hidden on a tree camera go around the camera.
I just saw a video on the internet of a very specific deer that a guy had posted, and he goes, "Watch this," and he had 3 cameras on video, and the buck was walking, saw the camera, and then fucking ran. And then the next one, he saw the camera, and so the guy put it up, angled down, and the deer walked up, and he just kind of looked around and walked through. So you could tell he was seeing the camera and going, I don't know what that is, but I don't like it.
The one, the first 200 that I shot, I had Reconyx cameras, several Reconyx cameras, and I mean, I'm saying up, 8 feet.
Yep.
Angled, and that son of a bitch would be still, he would be out, and he would stop and look right at it.
Look right at him.
Look right at it. Wow. That was eight. That was even 8 feet up.
I mean,
but I have multiple stories of hunters saying that the deer went right around the camera or whatever.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Yeah.
I mean, it's just like anything. I mean, can you imagine?
Especially they're used more and more and more and more,
Right.
and if you have a bad situation with them or whatever.
Yeah. If he saw that and was maybe shot at or saw something, he's going to sue. I mean, it's just like us. If you put something in our house that's abnormal, you're going to be like, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
I mean, you're going to question it, look at it, and wonder about it.
Yeah.
I mean, they're in a life or death situation, so they're going to look at it and go, that might equal something bad.
Granted, I think as you go up and point down your field, or the action of it being like it's not working, I think, quite as well as it does.
Yeah,
it's
sure.
field of view.
You're
I think the higher you go up, I think you probably maybe narrow down your field a little bit, but
yours is it's a very pointed area.
Yeah, exactly. But still, if it's not being seen,
sure.
Yeah.
So I have a spot that I'm late to the party, and I just want to ask your opinion on this. It's probably 40 yards wide, 60 yards deep. So I'm trying to think of square footage on that.
That's not real big.
It's not, but I mean, there's more. So there's plenty more.
Okay.
Here's my question is what I'm worried about is I have to be at the one end. Okay, I have to be at the one end. There's just not a lot going on, and how can I and when I tell you 40 yards wide, 60 yards deep,
that's about what you would like to plant.
Yes, but that's kind of always been the area that I've had to make something happen in. But there's plenty more to do. So it's like, okay, do I, and I know it's August the 25th and I need to get it going quickly and things are happening. I'm late to the game.
And do they feel comfortable in this
area
and everything?
They sure do.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean, it's not too like the buck oats that I broadcast and beans and everything. I don't do that till about, September the teens or 20s. I don't want to plant real early. I mean, some people will plant, July the 25th or whatever. And I think stuff gets so big because rye
becomes tough.
It'll get tough and stemmy, and it'll actually bloom out and stuff. I want it to be about like that and bright green. So I think if it gets down and burn off, I think you still have a week or two.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
I mean, it does need some rain, because we don't open till, if you get it in yet this week, you're still in August, and we have about a month. And in the way you were saying that things aren't going to get right till October, the first week of October, second week of October. By then, it should be.
Well,
you just want.
Yep.
And even then, it's probably if it's some brassicas or whatever, they're still going to continue to grow even in October and everything.
Yeah, so. I mean, last year, I think we were kind of we've talked about this several times here where we're at. It doesn't really get cold until it feels like that the fourth week of October, it finally changes. Yeah. So I feel like we still have a good 5-6 weeks.
Oh, yeah. Growing time.
Yeah, and here's
something like that.
Here's the other kicker. I have a pond there. I have water access, And
the pond's got plenty of water?
Plenty of water. It's 15 feet deep. Yeah, I can pump all the water I want, So, I mean, I'd figure out a way to run it from my phone because the property's like 35 and they got those Bluetooth timers. I'd figure out some way maybe to run it from my phone. Or I'll just set
Is there any electric on the...
No electric. No electric. Ooh, didn't think about that.
We'll have to run a generator. We'll have to run a generator. To water.
I have one of those little quiet techs.
Yeah,
but I mean,
not a biggie.
Yeah, not a biggie. I mean, because if it runs for a day, how often would you? How often do you think you have to run water on? If you're getting no water, how often?
If we're getting no water, and as long as it's not going to be getting baked with the heat right now. It's going. We're getting cool. It's been super dewy in the mornings and everything, and I'd say every third day or something like that.
Burn
it, and you could just go in with I mean, if it's not that big, can just go in with a hose and a sprayer or a 3/4 inch hose coming off of a little pump and yeah.
So I guess I was I didn't finish my question, which is I have that 40 by 60 yard area, what is that square footage?
Just under half an acre.
40 by 60 yards is a half an acre.
Just under half an acre.
I guess that makes sense. I mean, that's like a
50 by 100 is 1 acre.
I mean, I guess that's kind of, like a football field.
Yep.
I mean, like you're right. Okay. That's a decent size area. I was going to say it can go further, but because it's kind of like this.
Keep it at that. Yeah.
You know, because
half acre is pretty good. I mean,
because I'll sprinkle in a little bit of fun time, sprinkle.
I mean, that's roughly about the size of this whole, I mean.
Yeah. 50. Yeah.
Oh, 50 yards.
50 yards.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
50 yards.
Yeah.
40 yards by 60 yards.
Yeah, that'd be plenty big.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So I want to maybe I'll have to have you help me make an initiative to get that done. And what would you
done right now?
What would you plant? Would it just be a rye, or would you try to sprinkle in some?
Yeah, we'll do a little bit of
brassicas.
We'll do some oats and a little bit of brassica, something that gonna get about like that, and gets a frost on it, gets a little sugary on top, and yeah.
Yep. I've always had a great property. I feel like this property could produce this year. So I just want to, and the cool thing is now, I have full blown access to the total 14 acres. So like next year, I mean, I could do any kind of, if I wanted to plant that elephant grass.
Half standing corn, half standing beans.
I don't see that might be a problem with the owners. They want it to still look kind of pretty.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe,
yeah.
But they would be okay with like some of that, if you wanted to section it out and create tall grass and multiple small plots, they'd be all about that.
Yeah.
So the more prettier it looks, they'd love that.
They're all
but
about
I
that.
just don't think they're going to want like, but if you want to, if it wanted to be like alfalfa, they would be all about that, So anyways, I have full blown access to it. So we'll have to talk more about that. I wanted we lost it on we were actually talking about the deer that we talked about a couple episodes. Your, I think 203 guy behind me. Part of that, I don't know how we got onto it, but we were talking about scrapes and some of the things that you had done to how you like to use scrapes, how deer perceive scrapes, how you perceive a deer perceiving a scrape, and how you've made mock scrapes. Can you talk a little bit about, because we lost in an episode, so when you're guiding, what does a scrape mean to you, and why do you make mock scrapes if they're not in a food plot or they're,
I mean, you have I have lots of properties that strangers show up, and when you have multiple properties and you have to be at them at the right time, so you just want I just want cameras on scrapes that if I have a stranger show up, that it's in the best centralized location that I feel I'm going to get, and just over the years on the properties, I kind of know if I get deer coming from this direction or that direction, it just kind of seems like a scrape right here seems to get hit by everybody. And so
you're saying a scrape that's already there or a scrape that you make?
They could be ones that I make. I mean, like I said, I don't know what all you lost, but I mean, I will
tell everything we lost.
Yeah, I mean, I'll pull down, if now farmers like go down with their, and just take out the whole side of the woods or whatever. And sometimes if there's a good edge, I will just pull, get a string and throw a rock or whatever up over it and pull down a limb. So I got a good limb, a good branch
what
comes
height?
Down. I like about like that.
4 foot, 5 feet,
Yeah,
5 feet, 5 feet.
Yeah, 5 feet, 5.5 feet, something like that.
It's probably
something I like it to be about when they're standing, right at their
eyes.
Yeah, right at their eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So,
and once again, a good, my camera somewhere that it's somewhat a little bit tucked away. I like it that if they're coming, that like they're not staring at it on a tree as they're coming. I like it that if they get there, then it's like maybe in just a little bit, just trying to keep it somewhat hidden.
Yeah. So, I mean, if there is scrapes that you haven't made, always, it seems like always along a heavily walked edge, there's always like scrape. I
mean, we'll start seeing scrapes right now immediately. You put a camera on them, it seems like there are lots of little 6-pointers and 8-pointers.
So that's my question.
Yeah, they'll make one every 10 feet down a fence row or whatever.
Yeah. If you ever see that, is there a strategy to, like, say it's along the edge of a woods? Do you ever go, maybe I should go a little bit in the woods and try to locate a scrape?
I like those ones that are, I like the ones that are maybe interior just a little bit, kind of between two bedding areas.
Okay.
I don't know specific distance or whatever, but
naturally you've talked a lot, and I think most people that hunt or don't hunt do or don't know this, but we've talked about deer being edge animals, right? And so when you have a mature deer, I'm not asking for an exact answer, but does a mature deer like to walk that 20, 30, 40 feet in to the edge? Is that kind of his feel?
Yes.
I mean, so when you're that's if you have, to me, I'm just guessing on this, but if I have a heavily,
that's not saying he's not hitting that scrape at night or on the edge at night or whatever. But an interior one might get slammed in daylight or
that
whatever.
was kind of my point to everybody, is that if you have a heavily worked edge, maybe look at either making your own or looking for one that's more interior.
But you also got to remember that that scrape that he worked, and you now see does hitting it and everything, he can check it from 30 yards in the timber.
Yes.
I mean, he can scent check it just cruising by it at a distance or whatever.
So if you're getting a buck at night on a scrape, it's probably not uncommon to get a buck every other night or every 3 nights or every 4 nights on a scrape, a good deer, right? I mean,
if you have cameras, so if I have say I have a card camera on and it just is on all of October, November, you basically can pull the card and it just tells you the rut story. I mean, it'll be mature bucks for this time frame. Then all of a sudden they're gone. And then it'll be, a bunch of 2-year-olds on it or 1.5-year-olds. And then it'll be, then so many days go by, then boom, they're hitting it again. I mean, so you just catch them. They will hit them when they're between does.
Yeah, I guess I was saying but I mean, I wouldn't personally hunt I think a lot of guys do set over.
No, we don't hunt. We don't hunt them. I'm using them for just intel. Yeah, I'm using them for intel.
But I mean, are you against sitting in 30 yards off of a scrape line?
So if I have, if we're hunting a big mature deer and, I wake up in the morning and if we're looking at our 30 or 40 cell cameras and there's somebody that has been gone for 2 days with a doe, he's all of a sudden, boom, he's on this camera. Yeah, you can bet we're going to be somewhere
in that
vicinity near a doe group or, we're going to be somewhere in that vicinity.
And maybe we've talked about it, maybe we haven't, but what does a typical doe bedding area look like? I mean, when you walk up to a woods or whatever, what are kind of the things that you look into, or it doesn't have to be a woods. What are the things that you go, wow, that looks, and it can just be traits.
I mean, I think I've said I like, if it looks like a rabbit lives in.
No, you never said that.
Yeah, I like.
Yep.
I like thick.
Thicker the better.
Yeah, thicker the better. Thicker the better. I don't like a big old open woods or whatever. Yeah, the thicker the better.
Yeah.
And we try to, You know, we try to manipulate the doe bedding areas. We've talked about with feeders or whatever. You know, we might plop a feeder somewhere, and you know, not that we're hunting it, but there's going to be 10 does bedded
around the feeder,
somewhat not far from it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So,
and I'll probably get them. You know, I don't have a bunch. I have about a half a dozen or so, and I'll probably here in the next couple weeks get them rolling and start getting some does.
So I don't know if I've ever told you this,
Yep.
but I have a property that I hunt that it's very long and narrow. And on one side I hunt, and then the other side I hunt, and in between I don't go in, or I try to stay out of because it's very thick, right?
And that's where the does are.
Yep. And so I've ran cameras before on the front and the back, which would be the north and the south side. And I will literally get different bucks, and the cameras are probably only 200, 300 yards apart, but I will get different bucks on this side versus that side. I mean, I don't know why. I don't know, but it's it's a very large property that I'm in. And I think it's a lot of strangers walking through, but you know, I learned to work both sides because I'm not seeing.
They do have, I mean, there's no doubt that they have on you know, if I'm on a 200-acre property or whatever, I mean, they kind of have their own zip codes.
They have their own zip codes.
I mean, it's like you stay over there, bro, and I'll stay over here. And I mean, that's not saying that they might not duke it out in the middle at night or something like that. But for the most part, you might not, I won't get that deer over here, or you don't get that deer over here. Yeah.
When does most of the fighting, the true fighting between mature bucks start happening?
Or when does it start happening?
When does it start happening?
I mean, I would say once it starts getting around here, or once it starts getting, once does start coming in.
That's when it starts happening.
Yeah, I mean, if does are coming in October the teens or October the 20s or whatever, and if there's only a few does in, that's when you start seeing broken. I mean, it happens every year, doesn't it?
Right.
So when you start seeing shit, you just got a picture and he's got a broken tine already.
Right.
So
right.
I'm gonna say October the teens around here.
Going back to your scrapes, your homemade scrapes.
Yep.
If you're making a scrape, what does that look like?
I mean, you know, I will. Here,
I know you pulled the branch down.
I'll pull the branch down
if there's not a branch already there,
and then I just kind of like to, if there's vegetation, you know, if it's an interior place or whatever, and there's vegetation, I like to be it with a sickle or a weed eater or whatever. I like to kind of get it cleared. And sometimes if it's a big branch, or, you know, a big branch and there's kind of sprawling like this, I'll do one over, you know, do one there.
Okay.
And,
what's a sickle?
Just a handle with a bar, you know.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, or
okay,
I'll just use my saw and just and clear it. And then I just like to, you know, I really don't apply anything. I just kind of, I think fresh dirt is what gets them drawn to it. So, and if it's harder than a rock, you know, might put some water on it or something like that to get the ground worked up, or to get it worked up some and get that smell started. And then it kind of just takes over from there.
Yeah.
So
you don't piss in it? No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, people do. They say they get tore up.
Really?
Yeah.
I'd like to see like
for real
one within 10 yards of each other, when you pissed in, when you didn't, and see what the statistic is.
I mean, somewhat. I mean, piss is piss.
Right.
Other than
it's sterile. Right. It's all the same. Other than the
ammonia is gone after X amount of time.
The only difference is drink a whole cup of coffee and then go out and fucking piss versus just your normal piss, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or eat some asparagus or something. Yeah. But I've always wondered with cameras, this is not a question, but like I've always wondered with cameras, when you put out a camera, like, do you ever think in the back of your head what you're missing?
I mean,
all the time.
So the big thing is I haven't crossed the road with the solar panels and stuff. I still, you know, you got so many of them. I still just I have been using lithium packs and stuff now. But, you know, the big thing is what do you set the delay for. Granted, if it's on a scrape, I'm probably going for no delay or 5 seconds or something. I don't want to, because if you go 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minutes, I mean, a lot happens in that. Because sometimes they roll in there and it's boom and they're gone.
Yep.
They don't spend lots of time there. So,
right.
So once it's on and we're out and about and hunting, and it's on a scrape. Now, if I'm on food or what, I mean, I'm gonna say come rut time, I'm on no delay or 5 seconds or something. I'm pretty instantaneous, just because I'm afraid I'm gonna miss something.
Have you seen those cameras that they're selling on the internet
that do the whole?
They like move, they're motion censored and they like rotate. That's a little too much in my opinion. I feel like that's
seen that.
I've seen the 360s. Have you seen those? You're actually you put on food plots and you put them like kind of out. I don't know. Maybe it's only 180. But
it's 360.
You put them out just in the middle and it's 360 all the way
yeah.
around.
Who made that, Chris?
And does it move? Or?
No. It's a 360. It's literally got a camera on all sides, and you put it in the center, and it takes a picture of the whole 360.
Wow.
I felt like it was Moultrie that came out with that. You can look it up and tell us. Yep. You're a little quiet, by the way.
I was
far away I know. I'm just telling you. So, Joel, tell us about the one of the coolest, and it's beautiful, your display behind you. Who did that?
Who do you think?
Rick.
Rick did it.
I
mean, and Rick
Bussey.
Rick Bussey did it, and he didn't even tell me. He just did it, and then it was in his showroom for several years. And
both of those deer are your deer?
So both are mine.
Okay.
And that was at the time that I was trying to film some for Dominant Bucks, and I was with Greg Ritz, and so I would, film something for Greg here and there too, and the Huntmaster show. So I had drawn, and most of my hunting is, not during the rut. It's basically late season, and I think I had applied at the time. You had to apply for Illinois, and I had applied and drawn a muzzleloader tag that was like maybe December the 18th or 19th. I don't know. It was like a 3-day muzzleloader season.
Okay.
I think that was it. Maybe like December 18, 19, 20.
Yep.
And the cool thing is, I don't know if we've talked about this or not. So I had been out there and done stand work and stuff in September. Worked on stands this was Greg's property in Hancock County, Illinois. So I had done some stand work out there, and I knew that I was going to be hunting that during that time frame, December 18, 19, 20. So I think I had like 10 plot watchers. 10 plot watchers. Don't know if you know. And
they're the ones that take the.
So they have a memory card in them, batteries, memory card, and they're kind of have a big lens on them that not your 360 thing, but pretty good field of view. And they're not real zoomable though, but if it's got good bone, you can tell at a distance. So, but I put 10 of them up, and I wanted them to come on roughly, you want most recent information. So if I'm going on December 18, I want them to turn on December the 12th or 13th. So I go into the program and I have them come on December the 12th or 13th. And then I have them, run for 2 hours in the morning, 2 hours in the evening, something like that. So, so I get there, and Tracy is with me, is the cameraman, Tracy Laws.
Yep.
And so we get there and we start driving around I pull cards sitting on the computer, and that plot watcher, you basically just drag it. And it just like you're watching a movie, And so we're down in this back bottom food plot, and I probably had 2 or 3 targets that I was allowed to shoot.
Okay. Why do you
So-
say allowed?
Like Greg's hit list.
Oh, that was Greg's hit list. They were on the plot.
Greg's hit list. I mean, there were 2 or 3 deer that I was allowed to shoot.
Okay.
And but on this one plot watcher, you could distinctly see like the last 3 mornings, a good deer walked through this plot in the mornings, and I'm pretty sure he was one of the hit list.
Yep.
Identified him as one of the deer, and so he's coming through, and and then he's just figured, and that is this one here.
Okay. That 10.
Yep. And
Beautiful 10.
and kind of just know roughly, you think, where he's going back to bed in the morning. So there was already a stand in place, and Greg films everything, so everything was double sets.
Oh, okay, good.
Yep. So
You and Tracy were set.
Yep. So, but I mean, it was, so if that food plot was here, it was basically park here, and it was this long winding, down a ditch and to get up to this. So basically, if this was a big bottom food plot, we were pretty much on a ridge above this food plot.
Gotcha.
And so we were in there, 45 minutes before light.
Yep.
First day of muzzleloader.
Yep.
And Tracy, who is slightly above me, who I think can, the cameraman, well, and not all in your case, you may have been a little bit under me, but
One time.
but Tracy is above me, and he like taps me, and he can see deer coming off the food plot, just like
Yep.
plot watcher showed. Deer coming off the food plot, and there he is. Yep. He's like, I think some few days, small buck, and here he comes right up through the thing, and
You had a
the rest is
muzzleloader.
history. Yep.
Yep.
Like 70 yards maybe, or something like that, 60 yards.
How far did he go?
He basically, I think, did a little circle, ran to us, and
Fell dead.
Yeah, fell on camera. Yeah, so that's a beautiful thing.
And Chris, how long we been running?
42 minutes.
42 minutes. All right. I'm going to take a little quick break.
Real quick, the 3 brands for that 360: Stealth Cam, Muddy, Wild Game Innovations.
The
Wild Game
is the
Innovations.
one I've seen. Yeah.
Stealth Cam,
Muddy,
Wild
Game Innovations.
running all 360s.
Says Stealth Cam was the first.
Look up
And are they triggered, or do they just run on like a plot mode thing, or they're probably done by a trigger? Man, that's a lot. That's a lot to be triggered.
Yeah.
Delivers panoramic detection zones and offers impressive imaging options. Time-lapse capabilities.
Yeah. So it sounds like it's dual. It's triggered or it's just running for
So
the
when you view those pictures, do you have to like, how does that work?
look up some, like, type in one of the brands and the brand name and look up like an example of the picture. So take a break. All right. So we're back. So leaving off, you were in Illinois and you killed that buck with a muzzleloader, right?
Yep,
With Tracy.
with a muzzleloader.
With Tracy.
Yep, on Friday. The first day of muzzleloader season.
Must be a reason you're telling us the day. So on Friday.
On a Friday.
Yep.
So I had my bow with me just to shoot. Just you're there during the day. We were basically kind of thought it would mainly only just be an evening hunt, but it turned out being so first morning, we're done. First morning. So
kind of a couple side questions here.
And I think Tracy and I had already killed, and I think I had killed in Kentucky, and we had already killed in Kansas the week of Thanksgiving, and we had killed here. So I think we'd already killed 3 deer.
You had killed in Kentucky You had killed in Kansas, and you had killed in Ohio. No, you didn't. You didn't kill in Ohio till you got back.
That's right. I hadn't
'Cause you
killed
were
in
with me.
Ohio yet. Yes, I
So
had
you-
not killed in Ohio.
So you had killed in Kentucky, you had killed in Kansas, then you and Tracy went, you killed this buck in Illinois
on one day.
on one day.
154, 155.
Yep.
10 on Greg's hit list.
How far was the shot, by the way?
60, 70 yards.
60, 70
Yeah,
yards.
something like that.
So then what?
So then I had been shooting the bow some, and I am on the phone with my friend Mark Wimpy.
Okay.
And so Mark said, you can who Mark has a awesome piece of property at his house that's kind of his baby and everything, doesn't step foot in it. I call it Mark's Winnie the Pooh Woods, but don't ask why. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of like fantasy land or whatever, kind of like fantasy land. And so
Mark's Winnie the Pooh Woods.
So I am, he says, you can bow hunt in muzzleloader season, which I did not know that. So we pack our shed up, with our one deer and head to Mark's on Friday evening.
Also in...
No, we did not. We stayed all night and we drove Saturday, also in Illinois. So, but I had to pull in and buy a bow tag.
Yep.
Because you can kill 2 in Illinois.
I wonder if that's still true. Out of state, you can still kill 2?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So I'm driving to Mark's, which is, I'm not even sure of the county. I'm driving to Mark's, and he calls, we're on the phone, and I'm like, maybe an hour away from there. And cool story. He said, and it's going to be, he already knows the wind, it's going to be northeast wind. And I'm on my way there. And he said, Tyler Jordan is here hunting, going to come and be hunting here tonight as well.
Okay. I'm
like, I'm not going to get it. I mean, 150 acres. I mean, I'm not going to go hunt if he's going to be there.
Right.
And Mark goes, northeast wind. I got 2 stands for northeast winds. We'll just flip a coin or whatever. You go to one and he goes to one. It's that simple. So I'm like, okay. So I get there, and Tyler is there with his cameraman and everything. And
Have you ever met him before?
I had never met Tyler before. Nope. I think his cameraman was Johnny. If you've seen the commercials, that's whenever they're late to school, turkey hunting, and Johnny's is cameraman. Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
And that was Johnny. And so we flip a coin. I don't know if we flipped a coin, rock, paper, scissors, whatever. And so we pick our spot, and Mark has around his entire 150 acres or whatever, he does not go in the middle at all. And basically he has pretty much a fire trail that is mowed all the way around the perimeter.
That's a big trail.
Around the whole perimeter.
Yeah.
And if he takes you to the stand, every time it is the complete circle, the complete route.
Because the deer are used to it.
The complete route. You can condition deer.
Yep.
So, and he goes on a skid loader. You just set on the bucket. Just set in the bucket, and as your stand's coming, you just step off. Dude, I had 160-inch deer at 50 yards, and I've been there bow hunting, and he stands up and he watches the skid loader, and I go right up the tree and get in the stand. He just stands and listens to that thing the whole way.
Really?
Yep. He just does it over and over and over.
Right.
And then
does Mark purposely do that every day?
His father-in-law, who is retired and older, I think would do something all the time.
Yep.
All the time.
Yep.
Yeah. so they're conditioned for the most part.
Yep.
So Tracy and I's in one on Northeast, and Tyler and Johnny's on in another stand.
Yep.
And a little bit goes by, and we're on. I think there was some standing corn and some turnips, and boom, out he steps and starts feeding our way.
You said
feeding
on
our
standing
way.
corn?
Nope, he was. I think probably some of the standing corn had been bush hogged over the past, but he was eating his way through the turnips, coming to the
turnips.
stand.
Okay,
Yeah, coming to the standing corn, and I, bow hunting, Tracy filming, and he
Just whacked another one.
He walks up and he goes out there and stands and just goes and stands and wobbles, and then he just flickers, and then he kind of just walks off, and then we see him, and then he just beds. And I think rear, Joel's center. I think I was probably rear lung liver.
Yep.
And we, by the time we got back, and then had just turned dark, and we went, and he was done for.
That's awesome.
And he was.
So that was the first sit too?
That was first set. So 160, 161. So a 154 and a 160, 161, and two sets in Illinois. That does not happen all the time.
No.
So I think we were then on our way home, and Tracy's, we were at an Indiana rest area, and he goes, "Dude, let's get in the woods behind the rest area here. We're kind of hot right now."
I've always wanted to hunt Indiana. It's like, I think one of the most overlooked states. It's right next to us. I don't think you've ever hunted.
I've never hunted Indiana. So a guy that from New Jersey, he had he went in on a lease around maybe the Wabash area or something. I don't know. And the person he was on the lease with died. And so I think that it was just my guy then is on the lease, and it had been devastated with EHD either last year or 2 years ago or whatever. So there was like hardly a deer on it right now.
Really?
So I think he was going to just stick it out, and hopefully the person maybe worked with him and gave him a break or something. I doubt it, but he's probably just paying for it till it recovers.
I'm still processing Kentucky, Kansas, Illinois, then Ohio with me.
Was that our first set or
second sit? Because the first sit we were in tree stands.
Oh, that's right.
We were in tree stands, and we were skylighted to hell.
That's right.
And we got him on camera. We got the same deer, or no, we didn't.
I think it was a different deer.
It was the deer that you were going after, right?
Yes.
The buck that you killed was a stranger, right?
No, I knew him from maybe the rut, but really hadn't seen him. Really hadn't seen him.
Right.
Cool, man. He was a big
yes,
old
he's
bruiser
very
out there,
wide.
wasn't he? Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Because we sat maybe an hour to an hour and a half, and they just started piling in, came exactly where you said they were going to come. And then they.
And that wasn't, I'm pretty sure at the time around here, I don't think there was no corn. I think it was just a food.
It was a food plot. It was a
turnips.
food plot. Yep. They were digging in the turnips.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we had snow on the ground.
That's
correct?
exactly right. A lot of snow.
A lot of snow on the ground, and they were basically just staging on it before they went out to the cornfields or whatever. Yeah.
Correct. Honestly, probably the most deer I've ever seen in my life on one field the night that you killed him, because there was like 50, 60 deer out there. If you remember, by the time he had
on us.
Yeah, by the time he had come in, there was like 6 or 7. But by the time he had come in and you had shot him, they were just like piling in, like from all directions. It was wild.
Oh yeah, did I make you rappel the cliff, or did we go out the front door?
I told you I'm not rappelling the cliff. I said I'll film you as you pretend to rappel the cliff, or not pretend. You did rappel the cliff, but yeah, no. So you killed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 deer that year,
and that was pretty much the last year that I kind
Yeah.
of hunting,
Wow.
really.
Yeah, I know. Hang your hat on 150 plus or
Yeah.
whatever it was.
Yeah.
So
And the Kansas deer, I think I threw the thing away. It
you threw the whole thing away?
I may have had him in a freezer that, number one, it was cold, and at the time, I think you could just drive with your deer at the time. Follow me. You could just throw them in the truck and head home.
Can you still not do? Can you not?
No, you can't do that now.
Gotcha.
Yeah, you can't do that now because of all the chronic
Yeah, that
wasting
makes
disease and
sense.
everything.
I mean, not even the head.
But he was covered with ticks. And I think I had him in the freezer, and then, just stunk and I threw the whole freaking thing away.
Head and all?
Head and all. Yeah. Yeah. But hey, I did. Yeah.
Dude's throwing away 150s.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think about that. I mean, you can't travel with any part of the deer. Antlers you can travel with, right?
Yeah.
Right.
You can, so if somebody's here, you can't have brain matter. So, he has to we cape him out to the nose, and skull cap them and send them, take the membrane out from underneath and send them packing.
Gotcha.
With that.
Yep.
You can't have no brain matter.
That's something people probably know if you're hunting out of state. Don't make that mistake and just throw the head in the back of the truck and drive home, right?
Correct. You can't just saw the head off and throw the head in the back of the truck.
Gotcha.
No.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so that's something I never thought of, was being able to still kill 2 deer in Illinois. I didn't even think about that.
That's why it's that's.
I mean, do they have that?
Rob at Buckhorn Outfitters, he has that over me. He can kind of sell. He has like a group that he sells memberships to, and you can kill 2 deer
because the membership is 2 deer.
You can kill 2 deer. Guys can bow hunt and come back and muzzleload or shotgun, or you can kill. Yes,
I didn't think about that.
Iowa, if you are a landowner.
Mm-hmm.
If you live in Iowa and are a landowner, you can kill 3.
What?
You can kill 2, and then you can kill 1 on your own parcel.
So you can kill 2 on other parcels and just make sure your third one's on your parcel.
Correct. I think 1 has to be on your.
Why does Iowa have absolutely nothing going for it?
Confirm that, but
yeah.
But
if you're a landowner, Chris, how many deer how many bucks can you kill?
You cannot. You can't be a out of state landowner and hunt your own land.
Yeah,
which is kind of ridiculous in my. But
it's like, is it? Think about like the tax situation with like why Trump lives in Florida 181 days a year or whatever, or 187 days a year because he's trying to get the.
I have customers that hunt with me that are Iowa residents, and
how do they? Is it just mail delivered? How do
you have to have your mail delivered, and they have their taxes filed there, and
Too bad Iowa doesn't.
If they were to do the cell phone thing and see how many days out of the year you ping off of that tower, they're probably
But Iowa's not. I'm sure like Floridians they're doing that with for tax purposes. People, they're not. Nobody gives a shit.
They came after him hard in the beginning.
Really?
Yes, they did. Yeah.
Did you find it?
Trying to.
Nope, you're good. Keep looking.
Yeah, I'm trying to read through it.
So
that was 9 days of. I think 9 days and 5 were in Kansas. The deer, those 5 bucks.
Yep. Kansas, Kentucky,
5,
Illinois.
2, so 10, I would say.
10 days.
10 days.
10 days of hunting, 5, 150 plus.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, it must be nice, Joel.
Yeah.
And then he goes, well,
good.
I feel like I've done enough. I think I'll take the next 10 years off.
Kind of just,
And then I'll come out of retirement and kill a 203.
ran my course with my wife and family and everything. And yeah. But it was good.
Do you have customers that have luck leasing properties like through what I'm sure they do it through websites or whatever? You talked about the guy that has an Indiana lease. How many of your customers have other states?
I mean, I have people that that hunted with me. Then it's just this thing you go through, They hunted with me, then they got their own lease, did their own thing, and then then come back and then come back. But yes, I know lots of people that have a piece here or there in other states and stuff.
Yeah. Are they?
But the problem is, like, the people that said piss on this, they would have 150-acre lease in Ohio, and one deer they wanted to kill, and they're all excited. They get up here, and he runs by with an arrow stuck in him or something.
Right.
He wasn't dead, but had an arrow stuck in him. The one deer they wanted to shoot,
dead, or he's just gone.
He's going to die.
Yeah.
Or he's already gone.
Yeah. So I mean, did you find it?
Yeah. You can't kill 3 anymore.
It used to be.
It used to be that way. They changed it from the looks of it because it says it was called lot tags, and it used to be they were any sex as well, but now it's changed to you can only kill 1 or 2.
You can kill. I think you can kill 2.
But yeah, you used to be able to kill 3.
3 either sex deer.
Yeah, you had 1 regular, and then as a landowner, you got 2 lot tags that
were either sex.
It was either sex. So
wow, that's a pretty big opportunity to be able to kill 3 bucks in Iowa.
Because I know it was Halloween week or whatever, and Lee and Tiffany came here and hunted Thanksgiving week because they had already shot. It was something about they couldn't use their tag until later in the year or whatever. So they had already shot 2 apiece, and then now they couldn't hunt until after shotgun season or something like that.
Did Lee and Tiffany kill here?
They were here like 2 days. I think Tiffany saw a big one. So what happened was, I think they were just here a couple days, and someone was heading to their place to, was heading to their place, and they wanted to be there.
Yeah. So neither one got a chance. I mean, 2 days is pretty damn short.
Yeah, that's short.
Yeah. I wanted to go back to, by the way, we're 35 days out from hunting season, aren't we?
Yes, 27. Yeah.
We're 35 days out.
Yes. I don't even seem right.
Who are the customers that are coming? I mean, you don't have to name names, but who are they? People that have been here for the opener? Are they consecutive opener people?
Yep. And we'll hopefully have them on the podcast. And and one is one of the Iowa guys, and he's hunted with me a long time. Killed a lot of good deer.
He lives in Iowa.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. He lives in Iowa.
Yes.
We didn't have to do that. He lives in Iowa.
Yes.
Okay. And so
he has a paving company in Maryland, but he lives in Iowa.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
He lives in Iowa.
Yep.
Gotcha.
And then another one, Rusty, he owns island number 34 on the Mississippi River.
That's him. Okay.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Rusty he'll get on here and try to, get, because he's selling. He has big duck hunting lodge, and I think he was selling like memberships, like corporate memberships.
I'll have so many questions for that, Rusty. Yeah. I mean, I feel like we can make a whole podcast out of what his island.
Rusty would talk for a whole podcast, so it'll be the same.
Good.
Yeah. And so will Bob.
And Bob is Iowa?
Yes.
And then who's your third?
And then the third is Bob is bringing a friend.
Bob is bringing a friend. Never met him?
Nope, I've never met him.
Is it normal?
And I did some shuffling around. Someone that usually comes that week, Hatchet. I kind of moved Hatchet and
made it to where
Bob, because Bob wanted to bring this friend. So
gotcha. Yeah. And then so that's literally opening day through 6 days.
6 days.
And then the second group comes right after that.
No. I think like I said, I kind of went off the moon and everything, and I think it might not be till maybe the 10th or something like that, 10th or 11th.
So, I mean, we're kind of like in a little bit of a predicament here because we're sitting in the middle of
We'll be eating right
Right here.
So yes.
Yeah.
And the cook will be where
Chris
is. So
we are 5 weeks out. Are we going to have us?
I have a plan.
And
Yes, we're going to be like a grunge garage band, but
I love that. I love that. Is there heating in the garage?
yeah.
No.
There's not currently, but we'll make some heat in the garage.
Is it insulated?
It is. We could just plug a little heater in and we'll be fine.
Yeah. We don't need anything. No. I mean, just as long as it's.
I mean, I have a plan. So
do you?
Yes, I do.
I feel bad about all this. I mean, I feel like because you got to think if we run 5 or 6 more episodes, we're there.
I know.
You know, it's. I mean, have you?
And I really don't want to go to another corner. And why set up shop? We could use a bedroom because I don't have, but we would only be using a bedroom up until the rut. Then I would need the bedroom. So
yeah. I was just looking at the bar. I forgot about the epoxy on the bar, but I'll get it done before that. But I was
I
also
thought you were thinking.
No,
we could set up
that's
at the
why
bar.
I was literally thinking too. But it's an L shape.
It is.
And you're not like sitting there looking at the people.
Yeah.
We built this table to have 5 people at it.
Yeah.
Is that going to be a problem too?
What?
Having, we only have, technically, if we steal Chris's mic, we'd only have 4 mics. I mean, I'm just thinking about hunters. I mean, maybe we have to do it in the.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
It might be one comes up for, basically like a doctor visit. One comes in for 15 minutes and one walks out or something like that. So that way we're not like overwhelming them with their time.
I mean, are you, I mean, I feel like some of them are going to love it though. And they're going to want to stay, which is fine. But like, are you okay to be doing this in the evenings too? I mean, you don't have stuff you need to be doing. I mean, you're going to be able to, I feel like we need to do it on day 5 or, day 4 or day 5.
I want it towards the latter part. So we have lots of stories from their hunts and everything throughout the week.
I mean,
hopefully good stories. Hopefully it is like a panic thing that they killed day 1 and they're leaving tomorrow. So we have to do something like that's going to happen.
Yeah. I mean,
follow me?
We'll turn the camera on and we'll make it happen.
So,
I mean, there's not many.
What's going to suck is if you're somebody's
hunting
after a deer.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
We're hunting, so
we might teach you. I mean, have we actually said what we're doing? We're running a deer camp. I think it's exciting to say. I hope my AI clip gets this, but we are running a deer camp podcast, hopefully every week with Joel's customers that are going to come in. The idea is to talk about their background, talk about their history with Joel, talk about their week here, talk about their previous weeks, because you have so many interesting people that are coming. You have so many interesting hunting stories, so many interesting literal hunts and kills.
And basically, then would like to, hopefully some of our short clips can be like stuff through the, I can just kind of whip out my phone and do little stuff throughout the week or whatever.
I mean, I want to mount something. I want to just get a phone in the truck is what I want to do. I want to make it as easy as and simple, because the bigger ideas is how can we next year because you don't know what you don't know. I love that saying. Like, cause we're going to see how this goes this year. We're going to be in a garage. We're going to, you say you're open now, but something changes and maybe I'm not there. Maybe you're there. Maybe I'm there. Maybe you're not, and we're still trying to just.
We do need one person there.
Yeah. I mean, I guess my point is like we might just be running an episode without Corey, without Joel or whatever, and just trying to figure it out.
We'll make it work.
It's going to be fun.
It will be fun.
It's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah. So the second group, I wanted to ask you about the second group. Who's coming the second group?
The second group is Brian Wright, and then somebody local that pays for a hunt, and we kind of do some concrete trade work and some stuff and everything.
Gotcha.
So I'm doing 4 people throughout those October the teens to the 20th or whatever, somewhere through there, just 4 people.
Okay, so it's 3 then 4.
3, 2, 2.
3, 2, 2.
3, 2, 2.
Gotcha.
Yep.
And so you said you have. Go ahead.
I will have to have one of the groups is Mike Berry, and he's hunted with me a long time. He is an underwater welder for the Corps of Engineers, and he has lots of good stories. And Mike's a good dude, and he shot a giant last year.
Did he?
Yeah, we'll have to have him bring it. I haven't seen it yet mounted. So
Nice. Does he have it done?
it's done. Yep,
Good.
he got it.
Good. The yeah, man, it's so I'm very excited about that whole dynamic of the
I mean,
hunters.
who doesn't love deer camp?
I mean, yeah,
yeah,
it's gonna be
yeah.
awesome.
We'll have to maybe talk Denise into a GoPro or something, and she can kind of. I mean,
Denise the cook, by the way,
Yeah,
so everybody knows
yeah.
who Denise is. So next episode, I want to have, unless we have a guest or something that happens in between there, I want to have Chris on the podcast.
100%.
Yep. So Chris, I think I don't think I'm asking at this point. We're gonna jump you over here and have a podcast and run it, and I think it'll be great. Get you out of your hole. He gave a thumbs up for everybody that can't see him.
The and one last thing before we go, and a hot topic right now is does and the whacking of does in Ohio. I mean,
So
you see a lot about that, and it's just.
So I think a lot of people think that if you have does or you have an abundance of does and you don't kill does, that you're going to have all these bucks.
And I mean, I think it's also, if when you're overpopulated with, I kind of worry, are you more suspect to diseases and to things,
Yes. So, I mean, touch on that. I mean, I'm saying that it's wrong. You're wrong if you think that. If you have a group of 10 does on your property.
But I agree. You can't, just like you were saying, people think that, so if I have 30 or 40 does on my property, that means I'm going to have 30 bucks during the rut on my property or whatever.
Wrong.
It's, you honestly, it's so hard for me to run a business like I do and try to manage killing does.
Yeah.
I do the best that I can. Try not to, especially if it's if I have good deer that I don't want to, like places that I am buck hunting. If I have this elevated box blind that I hunt during the ruts and everything, I do not shoot does out of those spots. So, I will start early and probably, what I try to do is pop up a few blinds out of the way, up close to somebody's home or whatever, and just feed them there and just try and have me a little doe killing spot away from everything.
How much is what percentage of your hunters are out of state? If you have 40 hunters,
95%.
95.
Two.
How much
Two
is
Ohio hunters.
How much is a out of state
So
doe
I
tag?
think that I think they have changed it. We may have to have I'm pretty sure that they made it. It used to be last year that a doe tag was $70 or whatever.
For out of state.
Yes, for an out of state person. I mean, there's lots of times that I just buy it.
Yep. And
I
put guys.
buy it for them.
Yep. Let guys just go out and shoot them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's definitely. But back to the you can't kill enough does.
Yep.
I mean, we were just watching something. A 4 and 5 year old buck is about living. Breeding is secondary. If the opportunity arises, he's going to,
Yep.
they breed 3, maybe 4 a year.
Yep.
3, maybe 4 a year. So they are not. People think that if I shoot too many does, they're going to leave. That's not the case.
Yep.
That's not the case.
The does are gonna leave.
No, people think if I've shot 6 does on my property and there aren't these 2 mature bucks I have are going to leave and go. I think that's a big misconception.
Ideally, I want like two hot does that come in at two separate times of the season, and I want, two very hot does that come in, and
most of my properties I can't keep up with
the does.
A couple properties that I felt I tried very hard because I knew they were troubled properties for me, and I roll in there and like the corn is devastated, the beans are devastated. So apparently I haven't taken near enough.
Yeah,
haven't taken near enough.
I
So.
mean, put that into a human perspective. If you're a buck and if you're a human and you go into a bar and there's 50 women and there's you walk to the closest one, because if you're thinking like an animal, you don't care if they're 400 pounds or not.
But a big buck does not like lots of stress of all the pressure for food and all the
so
all
it goes
the deer blowing and all the.
You're going in a little deeper than I am. I'm just saying from a mature buck's movement. He walks in and he grabs one doe and leaves. He's not picky.
Correct.
But to your point,
and odds are he is he's strolling in and snagging her and going to the neighbors who don't have that many deer,
right?
Or something.
Right. To your point, you're saying he doesn't want the stressful situation. So I'm saying it from the other direction of it's too easy for him to come into the property and leave the property because he has a doe.
Yes.
So make it harder, but also
I'm saying just they don't like the stress over the no food, the food and the
blowing
and so many too many deer.
Yeah, too many things causing him to be.
Yeah.
It's almost like a nervous wreck thing. You know? So no, it's
But I think we touched on it with Gary as far as what do you like? Not everybody eats deer meat. I try to line up people to somebody I know that will take this deer, take this doe,
right.
or food pantry, and the whole thing gets ground for a food pantry or whatever.
Right.
But and we were talking that it's probably $250 a doe.
Right.
By the time your arrow, your broadhead, you've corn, your tag, your time, your
Sure.
it's your. And
I know the spot that we took. I took two, and another person took one. Another person took one. So we took 4 does from a spot, and it was like they're in the groups, so the groups. You take one, and then the other group comes in. You take another, and then 3 days later that group comes back. You take another, that group leaves. Another group comes in. And it's just like a rotation of 3 groups of does that just they forget after 2 days, and you just keep shooting them, and it's like you're not even putting a dent in it. And then
and it's usually the big the big mature ones. They know, and they let everybody else go.
They always
don't even come.
Yes. So the spot I hunt, you can sit, and through the woods it kind of goes up, and literally you always know when they're coming, because you can kind of, it's like they send them in first. They send the young one, it's like, go down there and they
first.
stand up there and watch, and then they come down.
That's the same.
But no, hey, great episode. We got started a little late tonight, but thanks, Joel. Catch you next time.
Catch you next time.